The British Broadcasting Corporation, commonly known as the BBC, is the largest television network in the world. It has a massive outreach both within the UK and the rest of the world. It has built its reputation as a reliable service, and it is often the most popular source for news for many people. But its success has been overshadowed by a series of controversial events and decisions by the BBC management seen as too close to the British government. Firstly, the BBC is funded by the government through the British taxpayer. The BBC World Service is funded by the British Foreign Office. The Chief Executive of the BBC, or Director General, is responsible for managing its services. The Director General is elected by a governing body called the BBC Trust, who are directly appointed by the Queen on the advice of government ministers. Back in the 1920s, the first ever Director General of the BBC, John Reith, envisioned broadcasting to be a public service, to provide information as well as entertainment to educate the masses. But more importantly, it was there to be independent and impartial. But over the years, it hasn't been that case, as governments and lobby groups have tried to put pressure to influence the BBC's output. In January 2009, the BBC sparked outrage when it refused to air the DEC appeal to help the people of Gaza during Israel's bombardment on the tiny coastal enclave. Experts have revealed how intense campaigning from pro-Israeli lobby groups led the BBC management to buckle under the demands from Tel Aviv. 2 years later, BBC Radio censored the word Palestine live on air when a rap artist tried to say the words Free Palestine.
I can scream Free Palestine.
And that is just a sample of many instances where the BBC's management failed to uphold principles of impartiality and independence from political pressure.
When we complain to BBC and say, why is this that you are reporting like this? Their response is that, well, the Zionists and Israelis are very savvy and they've got people everywhere and they contact us all the time, which is actually a very poor excuse, because as a reporter, they actually have to, according to their charter, they have to actually show the both sides of the story, and they always fail to do so.
The BBC is accountable only to itself, and it is the only media platform in the UK that doesn't get regulated by Ofcom. Experts believe there needs to be a greater level of transparency and accountability if the BBC is going to provide better services and have greater freedom from political interference. Hassan Al-Khatib, Press TV, London.